Shane Ardern.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance. How will Budget 2012 reduce New Zealanders' long-standing reliance on debt and help keep interest rates lower for longer?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, Budget 2012 will do this in a number of ways. Firstly, it keeps the government on track for fiscal surplus in 2014-15, when we can start repaying debt. That is important in a world that is deeply concerned about debt. Secondly, it continues the government's program to address our long-standing imbalances by building sustainable growth from savings and productive investment rather than excessive debt, property speculation and government spending. Third, the budget reprioritises existing spending to invest significantly more in infrastructure, innovation and skills. These are essential ingredients in giving businesses the confidence to invest, sell more to the world and employ more staff. All of these things, Mr. Speaker, will ensure future growth does not rely on excessive debt and fast-growing government expenditure. It will keep interest rates for homeowners and businesses lower for longer.
Shane Ardern.
A further supplementary to the Minister of Finance. How have New Zealanders benefited from lower interest rates in the past 3 years?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, both households and businesses are now paying very significantly lower interest rates than they were in late 2008. For example, average floating home rate mortgages have fallen from almost 11% in 2008 to an average of 5.9% currently. For a family with a $200,000 mortgage, that's a saving of about $200 a week. Similarly, business lending rates have fallen from more than 9% to around 6% in the same period. So both households and businesses are benefiting from lower interest rates under this government and its responsible economic policy.
Shane Ardern.
Supplementary, Mr. Speaker. What progress is being made in improving savings and reducing New Zealand's reliance on debt?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, I'm pleased to report good progress is being made. Households and businesses have started to save and pay down debt. New Zealand's household savings rate is positive and it's forecast to increase to almost 4% by 2016. Now that's a significant turnaround, as household savings have been negative in almost every year going back at least 2 decades. While these higher savings do temper economic growth a little in the short term, over time they will leave New Zealand considerably better off and less vulnerable to economic shocks.
Shane Ardern.
What reports has he received supporting the government's responsible fiscal approach in Budget 2012?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, I have seen a number of reports supporting the budget's focus on getting on top of debt. For example, ratings agency Moody's has said the deficit and debt forecasts in the budget support the government's current AAA credit rating. It says that in the absence of further shocks, the government's overall fiscal position will improve considerably over the next several years. And Standard & Poor's has said the budget is the latest step forward to consolidating the government's fiscal settings. Its stable ratings outlook reflects its expectation the government will continue to consolidate public finances against the risks associated with the country's high private sector external debt.
Question number 4, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.